So taking a moment to just allow yourself to settle into this space. So it might be appropriate to turn your phone on silent. Maybe ask if you have any kids at home to just give you 10 minutes, just so that you can ground and focus on you. But know that there might be noises outside of the room that distract us, and that's okay. That's part of this practice of being able to reground yourself. So as we begin the practice, just take a moment. You can choose to sit in a chair like I am. You can sit on the ground. Just try to stay upright just to help keep your body alert. So as we settle into practice, we perhaps will close our eyes, or we could gaze down to our legs, whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. And so as you just allow yourself to sit here, just start to notice your physical body. Perhaps you can start to notice how the feet feel. If you're seated in a chair, notice how do the feet feel on the earth, grounding down into the floor. Maybe perhaps you can feel the sensation of the floor underneath you, or even how your socks feel against your feet. And then start to connect with your seat. Maybe you start to notice, how does the chair feel beneath you, or the floor? Noticing what's happening with your spine, whether you're leaning in towards a chair, or maybe you're stacking your shoulders directly over your hips as you sit up tall. And then from there, could you just check in, how are your shoulders? Could you perhaps just soften or relax your shoulders a little bit away from your ears? Maybe just take a moment and just notice how much tension you might be holding in your upper body. And then take a moment to notice your jaw. Are you clenching your teeth? It might feel appropriate to just take a little soft swallow and relax the jaw a little. Just take a moment to just notice your body in this space. And then we'll start to notice what's happening with our breath. So maybe you notice the physical sensation of the breath. And so as we breathe in, we might start to be able to connect with the physical sensation of our breath. For some of us, that might look like breathing in towards our chest. For others, we might feel it in our belly. Some of us might feel it in our throat and our nose. And neither's good, bad, right, or wrong. We just notice, where can you feel your breath? And then wherever you feel your breath, could you allow yourself to take 5 breaths here? One of the tools I use in my teaching is the ability to flip up our palm and just count with our fingers, folding our fingers in with our breath. So it might feel appropriate to do that now. So wherever you feel the breath in the body, just pause for a moment and take 5 breaths. And then take a moment there. Notice how it felt to be focused for 5 breaths. And if the mind wanders, know that that's okay too. And then it might feel appropriate to bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your belly. And let's see if we could physically feel the sensation of our breath. So as we inhale, we might feel ourselves fill up with air. And as we exhale, we might feel the air release from our body. Let's see if we can practice those 5 breaths, just feeling the physical sensation. So as we breathe in, try to make it a little bit fuller so you feel your chest rise and your belly lift. Pausing here for 5 breaths. And then when you're done your 5, just slowly releasing your hands back to your lap. Just taking a moment to notice how connecting to your body in that way felt. And then perhaps we'll try another breathing technique where we count our breath. So when you inhale, you count 1. When you exhale, you count 1. When you inhale, you count 2. When you exhale, count 2. Let's see if we can stay focused on 10 breaths. And then once you're done your 10, just take a moment and notice, did your mind wander? Knowing that that's okay, that's what the mind likes to do. For the next part of our practice, we're going to focus on our mind. So just take a moment as you're seated in stillness. Notice, where's your mind? Perhaps you're focused on things that happened earlier in your day. Maybe you're focused on the things you have to do. Maybe you're focused on worry. But just take a moment, notice what your thoughts are. Noticing if noises outside of you have distracted you. And then just pause and bring your awareness back into your mind. Just noticing what's there. If your mind is feeling busy, it might feel appropriate again to connect back with your breath. Take a moment, check back in. Aware of if the mind wandered, just guiding it back into this space, this moment. And then checking back in. Maybe noticing how it felt to be quiet and still. Guiding your awareness back into your physical body. See if you can connect to that place where we first began, where you felt your breath. And just notice that space in your body. See if you can allow yourself again to connect with 5 breaths into that space. And then we'll start to notice the physical body a little bit more. Regrounding our awareness back into our feet. Might feel appropriate to just start to wiggle your toes a little. Maybe start to notice your seat, whether you be on the floor or in a chair. Notice what's happening in the spine and the shoulders. Maybe you start to wake up your hands by wiggling your fingers. It might feel appropriate in your shoulders to just do a few shoulder rolls back and forward. Just waking up our body. You can gently gaze down towards your legs as you flutter your eyes open. And then just take a moment to notice how you feel after giving yourself a pause, a break.